Hello everybody, I have a 3v3 that isn't a super turtle. I know.
Well, this
Quite
is
lucky
going to be a
getting glacial on our
disaster.
first game, didn't we?
This is going to be a disaster.
And you heard Mitch there, this is gonna be a disaster. We were searching for a super turtle and decided not to cancel the quick search this time around. So let's see who it is.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello! It's Limits, Forge is Down, and Cookie Cookie, also known as Tweaking Out. So we're gonna have our work cut out for us. Hopefully we get a good enough combo. Luckily it is Frozen Valley, so Sero3Spada did make the clutch choice by picking Anders. He was also Random Covenant before this, but he decided to change to Anders for the Super Turtle, and thank God he did, because if he would have been Random Covenant too, this game probably wouldn't have turned out so good. But I mean, already from the get-go, we're looking, well, I was looking at the combo, I was like, Mitch, can I just resign and try again? I wasn't very motivated to play through this game. But it turned out to be pretty interesting. Forge is Down, of course, is playing as the Forge, Limits is the Arbiter, and Cookie Cookie is playing as the Prophet. So we aren't totally screwed. I mean, they don't have two Arbiters. But our plan was going to be to go over to Purple's base, as Mitch indicates by putting his rally point there. And we're going to go see what we can do over there and see if we can keep them out of that reactor so that Sero3Spada will be able to outgoss Forge is Down, who is luckily not by the reactor. Sero3Spada had, he clutched it out just by picking Anders and then spawning by the reactor. He's already carrying the team and we haven't done anything yet. So that's just an indication of how important that is. Forge is Down is going to have to either pelican some Marines or walk them over to the reactor, and Sero3Spada does not. But it's not like we have an Arbiter or anything to camp it with, we just have our two Prophets. And we are, as I said before, just going to have to make some magic happen for this to work. Or they're going to have to make some mistakes and we're going to have to capitalize on them. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen? This is a crazy game. It's 30 minutes long. It's longer than some of the Super Turtles I've been doing there. But yeah, there, Mitch unfortunately loses his ghost trying to go to the heal, and I'm going to get out of there and try and make this purple one chase my ghost into my Prophet. So that was good at least. We traded scouts there, and that was the Arbiter scout, so whoop-de-doo. If we do manage to kill Purple's base, he won't have a scout to go pick up resources or try and get another base. So that's good at least. I'm going to go send my ghost to scout out Teal and see if he's doing anything crazy or out of the ordinary. And I think Mitch's Prophet there actually gets raged down. That Arbiter rages down his shield and Mitch is forced to recall after that long journey all the way to Purple's base. But here's some Warthogs that find my Prophet, and I'm of course going to choose to fight him. I have Blessed Immolation. Sero3Spada's hogs are right near me. So we see the hogs driving into this alley, and Mitch told us that that Arbiter just got done raging his Prophet's shields away, so he's probably going to be running up that valley. So Sero decides to get out of there and start clearing out his base by his reactor. I see Teal's ghost there, and hello! I take out my second ghost of the game. Yeah, that's right, get on my level. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. There goes that Arbiter looking for hogs, but obviously Sero3Spada is long gone. And a big part of this game was just telling our Anders player where we see that Arbiter. We don't always have eyes on him, but if we do see him, you need to make it a point to tell your teammates where he is. Because that Arbiter is a frickin' one-man disaster in this game. He ruined everything. I really wish that Limits would have chosen to be Brute or something, but nope. He's the Arbiter of this game, and it's going to make things really tough. But we're just going to have to see if we can make it through this. I was going to try and snipe this reactor from them, but Cookie Cookie, Coco Cookie already took it from me, so I'm not going to have no luck doing that. I'm going to warp my honor guard through anyway and see if I can store him away for later. when they might not have that reactor, or when they're switching it or whatever. Also, I'm going to stop this shield just in time. It almost went up, but I managed to stop it, and he DQs the shield for a warehouse, which pretty much means that that Arbiter plans on raging a lot of Warthogs this game. And that's not good. But here's a bunch of Warthogs at my base, and they're focusing down my summit, which I need. I really need that summit because we are going to need vampires. Teal, obviously, with the reactor already, could already be producing vampires, but we don't know that yet. I haven't looked at his base, and I just want to keep this summit up, and, well, as you can see, it gets up, and his Warthogs aren't going to stick around to finish it off. He tries, but not quite. I managed to take out one of his hogs, and my summit is alive with almost no health. But they're telling me that there's a Marine going up to that reactor, so I'm going to actually try and stop it with my Elite Honor Guard, which I should be paying more attention to right now, but I'm not. Mitch is trying to cleanse the Marine to keep it out of the reactor, but unfortunately, Cleansing Beam is not as good as Raging to keep people out of the reactors, so that means that Forges Down got in it and is probably queuing up Goss right now, so that's unfortunate. But my summit did survive with almost no health, so I'm going to have to call Forges Down out on a buckle right there. That's a buckle right there if I've ever seen one, but there's Zero 3 Spada still getting harassed by this Arbiter, I mean. Oh, okay, so instead of getting vampires, Koki Cookie Kaki decided to get Ancestral Perversion for his Prophet instead, which is an okay choice if you're doing any harassing, because it makes your Prophet a lot harder to get off of their base. But what he's doing is, I guess, playing defense against our Prophets, so I don't really see what the benefit of getting Ancestral so early was. But hey, whatever. We're going to clear out this base for Zero 3 Spada, and of course I still need to defend my summit. I'm really balling it here, not getting a shield up. I mean, I could lose this summit at any time, and there goes my vampire production. Oh, damn it, excuse me, I'm sorry. Okay, so there I decide to actually put up a shield now, just play it safe, because I think I asked Zero 3 Spada, like, hey, can you heal my summit? As a joke, and he was like, are you serious? Are you bloody serious? You want me to heal your summit? Nah, I'm just kidding. I'll just put up a shield, and here's a clutch Honor Guard detachment here that he sent through his lift when his Prophet was trying to keep that reactor for himself, or trying to get them out of the reactors. And so Kooky Cookie has some Banshees up now, and they're flying around looking for any Gosshog expansions, or, God forbid, any Prophet expansions. They can take them down pretty quickly. So, I do have vampires out. I've got 3. I'm working on my 4th now, and this shield's about halfway gone, so I'm sending my Prophet up there, and we might do a D-bomb push on that Arbiter's base if we've got the numbers to take his buildings down. But we also see that green base there, and we see that Teal has like about three or four vampires, which I've got about 5, but I've played I've played games where we outnumber them in the vamps on their side, and I'll send all my vamps to their side, and of course, since their summits are closer, their vamp numbers will get reinforced a lot quicker, so just something to keep in mind to keep you from trying and losing all of your vampires. Mitch's Banshees are attacking up here at Teal, so that's actually where I'm going to move up. And once my Prophet gets up here, I'm going to move all my vampires through my lift and try and stop these vampires that are coming up to try and stop him. Unfortunately, there's also a turret here, and all of the Goss is also coming back. So it wouldn't really be a good idea for me to try and engage all of his vampires here with all these Goss and stuff around here as well. Mitch's Banshees are getting out of there. My Prophet is going to get out of there too. But yeah, I need to get my vampires out of there, and we'll just have to attack at a different time. Yeah, right now, keeping their vamp numbers down isn't really what we're trying to do. We're trying to get Sero his 3rd expansion, and what I need to do with my vampires is just camp them right there on the back side of his base there and keep the Banshees from destroying it, because that's what they're doing right now. He doesn't even have a lot of Banshees, but it's definitely enough to take down this base. But my vampires show up here, and he's got nowhere to go. If you don't have an upgraded stasis, it's recommended to stasis them anyway, because if your teammate has units, they'll be frozen in place and you can just take them down. Whereas otherwise, they'll take a little bit of damage and then boost away in order to continue harassing somewhere else. So just another thing to go ahead and keep in mind.
Oh, you still got Banshees there?
So Zero tries to heal his base, and Kukikaki laughs in his face and sends some more Banshees there to keep the health down. But obviously all of our units are here, so he's going to lose all those Banshees. And now it's time for us to start moving up.
Push on greens, mate, nice.
So yeah, we're heading up to Green's base now. We've got a bunch of vampires, we have a ton of Goss. Zero 3 Spada has his third base up. And yep, so we're going to go pay Forges Down's main base a visit, and I'm going to start making some more turrets just in case this turns into a base race. There's the Arbiter claiming some more hogs for his kill count there.
Getting my bases now.
So Zero does get away with a lot of warthogs, but all the hogs that were lagging behind from being out of position, I guess, they just all got eaten up by that Arbiter there. There's my black bar summit still there. You can see all the health bars on all my other things, but you sure can't see a health bar on that summit. It's because it doesn't have one. But anyways, so all of the Goss is at Teal's base, and so are Mitch's Banshees, so they're making a pretty big push over there. I'm going to send my vampires to come help, should any more vampires show up. And I'm just going to keep my Prophet heading on over to Forges Down's base. Since he's the Prophet, he's got that shield, he can just keep down pads at the very least. I mean, he's the Prophet, that's about all he's really good for, is being a big, slow building harasser. I'm still not getting stasis drain. I mean, I usually only upgrade my vampires if I manage to get a second summit up somehow. But that's not important. What is important right here is this big-ass Goss battle, and all of our Banshees shooting at this base, and our vampires. And we're going to be able to take this base down, but we're obviously going to lose a lot of our own units. And I'm actually going to be getting medium turrets pretty soon, before I actually get Ancestral again, just in case it comes down to the base race. All they really have to kill our bases, since they don't have any Banshees, they don't have like a huge tank army, all they have really is Goss. And Goss can't really overcome a whole lot of turrets too easily, unless of course they have a ton of populations worth of Goss. But yeah, if they don't, I mean, medium turrets, 4 medium anti-vehicle turrets can stop a good like 10 or 15 Goss and kill a whole bunch of the Goss before all of the turrets come down, and you'll have time to get reinforcing units to your base and whatnot. So it's just a nice thing to have. And so since Teal has lost his base, the Arbiter is now going to have to switch and start making vampires, which he's got a lot of catching up to do if he wants to start doing that. And Teal is trying to keep himself in the game here with his Ancestral Prophet that he got a long time ago and really didn't do anything with. So let that be a lesson to people trying to run Prophet. Ancestral, you know, it's good, but you know, you still want units. He's not an Arbiter. He can't do things all by himself. But anyways, I'm still keeping up my vampires because I don't want Purple to go ahead and suddenly spring ahead of me in the vampire count. And still continuing to put up more turrets. Forges Down is, well, I'm still at his base with my Prophet, which does have Ancestral now, so he just does that much more building damage. Cookie is still trying to keep himself in this game, and he is taking these pot shots at warthogs driving by, so that's pretty good at least. And I'm trying my best to shoot at hogs coming out of Forge's base, but here comes some Goss hogs to my base. Of course, I do have medium turrets. I've got 3 of them, so I mean, he can take all of these turrets down, but he's going to lose a lot of warthogs, and all he's going to really do is,
Invisible Archer
is,
can
you know,
destroy me when he comes over here, and I
get
can
rid of my turrets, and that's not really too good.
make a difference.
It's not really too good. That sounded stupid. But, oh, good. So it looks like my screen is becoming jumpy, which means I'm going to have syncing issues if I continue the commentary. So I'm going to go ahead and restart my fucking computer, because Windows Vista is a big pile of cow shit. So I'll be back. Kooky Cookie's Prophet is still there, just trying to keep himself in the game at all costs. And he made a zealous effort, but the Goss just overwhelmed him, and that was not a really good spot to be trying to take a base anyways. So Kooky Cookie making some interesting decisions this game. And Forges Down is still dealing with my Prophet at his base. He doesn't have a lot of building slots that are giving him supplies off of it, so that's always good. You don't want to let them have too many supplies, of course, so that they can't just keep putting up bases all over the place. Forge does have to deal with his supply pads costing 225 instead of just 100. And here's some of his warthogs were spawning out of his base and I guess getting stuck on my Prophet, because I don't think he told them to engage me, but I mean, that's one of a few warthogs that actually spawn out of his base and just sit there. So things are looking pretty good for us right now, amazingly. I mean, when this game started, I just wanted to resign and try for the Super Turtle, try and find someone we could Super Turtle against. But, you know, this game's going alright so far. We've got the air control, and our Goss spammer has 4 bases to spam Goss out of. So things are going alright. We of course don't have an Arbiter, and that's the only thing keeping them in this game, is the fact that they have an Arbiter, and he's got that base down there in the corner, so it's really hard to just go in there with all of your units and funnel them into that area and try to kill that base. But that's basically what we need to do, is kill that Arbiter's base, because he is still just raging down so many of poor Sero 3 Spada's hogs. But right here, that Arbiter was raging somewhere or doing something and wasn't paying attention to his vampires, and I managed to catch him with mine. So I'm gonna start beaming him down and cleansing him just in case something gay happens. All of the Goss are coming back to try and save him, so Sero 3 Spad is just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna drop the cryo bomb, take them all out right now, so we can free up our vampires to start shooting at other things. And so now that those vamps are pretty much whittled down, and there's these 3 left, and I'm going to take them down right here. So now I can pretty much start building Banshees with Mitch and start boosting our Banshees around all over the place.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, right there, Sero 3 Spada threw a D-bomb in that alley there, and that's not where you really want to be dropping D-bombs. He even admitted right after he dropped it, he was like, I should not have done that, because the Arbiter was able to get away, and all of Forges Down's Goss hogs just funneled down into that tunnel, and since Sero was trying to take out the Arbiter, his hogs got caught by Forge's hogs, so he basically equalized the game right there, as Forges Down has tons of Goss, and Sero is going to have to start repumping his population, which he does have 4 bases to do at least. That's good. That could have been much worse. But yeah, I guess I made 1 more vampire, now it's time to start making Banshees. I've got quite a good excess of money, so I'm just going to start beaming some buildings down so it's easier to take down these bases of Forges. It'll just make it go by that much quicker. There's another vampire there getting a little out of place. I'm going to go ahead and try and stasis him before he gets away. And like I said before, since I have these upgraded turrets, I really should... Oh, wow. Kooky Cookie got defeated.
There's 1 down.
And as Sero says, that's 1 down. Gotta start working on the next. We aren't out of the woods quite yet, because they've got tons of Gauss Hogs, and they still have that Arbiter with the reactor, which means he could get Ghastly at any moment. If he isn't already, he might already be Ghastly. But we do have a lot of units, and so, I mean, we're just going to have to keep playing, though, because these aren't the type of guys to just go ahead and resign. And I wasn't watching my prophet here. He actually gets raped, and I tried to recall. It's too late. So my prophet's dead. I once again contemplate resigning, but I didn't think too hard about it. I was like, alright, I'll just make another prophet. So, yes, this green base is going to die. There are still a lot of Gauss Hogs, though, so we don't want to lose too many of our vampires and banshees, but we do need to kill this base. And it does die, fortunately, but as Sero 3 Spada, he dropped that D-bomb earlier and almost killed the Arbiter, not quite. But the Arbiter is in the middle healing right now at the heal spire.
No, I can't shoot him.
And Sero 3 Spada is just throwing all of his hogs at it, trying to kill him, trying to take out that Arbiter. And Mitch is yelling at him like, stop spamming hogs at him, because he's just staying in rage mode, waiting for hogs to try and finish him off, and he's going to rage him down. And in that sort of situation, it really is best to just try and get your numbers back up and not lose all of your warthogs and take the momentary reprieve where the Arbiter has to go heal himself to try and take more bases somewhere, or try and do an attack somewhere where the Arbiter would take a long time to get to. But yeah, definitely don't spam your hogs into him and just let him kill them. Because again, that kind of made the game take a little longer than it should have. But, you know, anyone else probably would have resigned already. Maybe. I don't know. As you can see, Forge just has an assload of Gauss Hogs, and we don't really have anything to fight those with except for our Prophets and Sero 3 Spada's warthogs. So he's going to start taking down Sero's bases, and I'm going to start putting up turrets and expanding and putting up turrets on my expansions. And there goes my cell phone. I will look at it later. Yeah, put up that base, and as soon as that base gets up, I'll put up Citadel and a shield and put turrets on it. And you want to put the bases like kind of out in the open where Gauss Hogs may drive past on their way to something so that they get shot at by the turrets. And it's just another one of those things. Every little bit of damage that those Gauss Hogs take, you want to deal to them. But I don't think I have large turret yet. Yeah, I'm going to start researching that right now. Outpost is ready. Get Citadel, bro. And we're going to start going over to Purple's base, because it's really time that we took this Arbiter out of here, because he is just causing so much problems. So many problems, I mean to say.
Well, he hasn't done anything for your Banshees yet, so...
And yeah, we are going to take down this base. Fortunately, they don't have any vampires, so we're still able to boost around with Banshees and keep them from expanding as long as we're quick enough with
It would
it.
have been better if we killed the Arbiter first.
But yeah, Sarah is just telling us we've got to kill this Arbiter. Arbiter needs to die. And I queue up a second summit on my base, but I can't really use that too quickly because I'm still queuing up turrets. And turrets are pretty expensive. 250 a piece, and it costs quite a bit to upgrade them too. So I mean, it's an investment, but it keeps your base from getting Gauss spammed. I mean, indefinitely. He could have a full population of 30 Gauss Hogs, and if you have 4 anti-vehicle turrets, it's going to take a lot of Gauss Hogs to take those turrets down, and if you've got any allied units near your base, you're just going to be able to wipe them out. So, oh, Calm Banana has started playing Halo Wars. Time to rage quit and go play with him. No, I'll finish this game. But I do have the summit up just so that I can start double pumping Banshees when it becomes time. But right now it is time to take down this purple base. And I have my vampires there as well as... Dude, okay, phone, you need to just relax for a little bit. I'm sorry. And this shield is going down pretty quickly. I'm starting to bring out Banshees to help with building damage. and I'm really not able to see what's going on there at the left side of the map because I wanted to make sure that I didn't get outstasised or something crazy like that. You never know if they still have like a huge stash of vampires somewhere, but you can guarantee there's some epic shit going on down there on the left side. Forge is down is trying to take our bases over there, and I think the Arbiter's over there, and all of the Goss, and Mitch is just trying to use his Banshees and Saro's Goss, and they're just doing what they can over there. I unfortunately did not get to see any of it, but you'll be able to see it through S-Pro Mitch's point of view, because I'm sure he's going to upload this game as well. And who knows, maybe you'll like his commentary more than mine. Maybe you will only watch his and not watch mine at all. That's probably going to be the case with most people, but hey. Here we are, got a bunch of Banshees now, and this purple base is going to go down hard. It looks like one of my vampires is going to finish off that warehouse, so that's clutch. More points for me. I gotta get my general. And that's why I've been super turtling so much. This game was recorded by accident, actually. I had just recorded a super turtle we did before this, and it was like about an hour and a half long. It was on Glacial Ravine. It was pretty good. I'll probably upload it. But I forgot to stop recording, and we just kept playing a little bit. We were going to turtle again, but we ran into these guys. So this is the game that is at the end of that super turtle. And it's just kind of funny how that worked out. I wasn't planning on recording at all, because I thought we were going to lose. Well, I thought I was going to insta-resign, that is. But hey, look how things turned out. Just shows ya always stay positive. There's no reason to insta-resign. Unless you're boosting, of course. Like Random Germans, GGC Showtech & Co. HW Truska 50, man. German. God. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic here. This is a purple expansion that I'm going to need to take out, and as long as they aren't in this reactor, I'm going to go ahead and take it for myself, get myself a flying prophet. Because hey, once you get a flying prophet, it's a whole different ball game. He gets fast, he can keep bases down all by himself, he just becomes a frickin' monster once he flies. So prophet's super useful at late game, but you know, early game he's a big slow tugboat, whatever. So these purple bases are dying. They are now on our side, or left side of the map with their bases. There's a purple base there, and there's a few green Goss factories. But really, there's nothing they can do. Even if they were to get 30 more Goss hogs and get that Ghastly Arbiter back out, game freeze is right here. I thought I was gonna lag out, and I would have thrown my Xbox out the window if I would have, but. No, it was probably just Cookie leaving the game because he was probably wanting to watch on and see if they could win, but that was the moment where he realized that they were screwed and that they could have resigned, but you can't just resign in a game like this because that just means that we defeated them that much quicker and they want to last as long as they can. So we're going to start just taking these bases down with our Banshees and working our way toward the victory here. I mean, I was pretty shocked we won this game. These guys, the three of these guys are pretty high level players, and you know, you would think that they're just out of my league, but you can see just high level players, like the skill ceiling in Halo Wars just isn't that high, and in order to be a high level player, there's only a few key things that you need to know. I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. What I'm trying to say is that anybody can be beaten by anyone, especially in 3v3, where individual player skill really doesn't matter nearly as much as teamwork. And that's what won us the game right here, was teamwork. Telling each other where that Arbiter was, telling each other where we were going to boost our Banshees to next, telling each other where the vampires were, telling each other where the Goss was. I mean, it's all about communication. And of course you need to be decent at the game. So, well, I'm just waiting for my Prophet's shields right now before I can go recall to my expansion and try to defend it. So as you can see, I mean, I don't think I had a full set of turrets on this base, but I had two and a third one building, and my Prophet came to defend that. And I basically held that all off by myself with just my turrets. So turrets can be pretty worthwhile if you actually get to the point where you can get large turrets and anti-vehicle, and they're still just spamming Gauss at you, then you're pretty much set. They cannot kill you. I think Mitch and Sarah 3 Spada both could have lagged out right now, and I probably could have beat these two by myself. Just saying. Only because of how far we are into the game and the chain of events that happened. And my summit is still black bar, if you were wondering. I can't. You know what? That might be the biggest thing that they messed up on their side of this game was Forge letting my summit live. I was able to get a lot more vamps than I would have been able to otherwise. And right here, Forge's Gauss Hogs are trying to fight my Prophet, but I have sacrifice on my Banshees, so I'm just gonna boost over here and say, what, you wanna fight? Let's fight. And he doesn't want any of that, so he's just gonna get out of there and run right into Sarah 3 Spada's Hog. So that's pretty much the end of this game. And so, I'll probably leave a link to Mitch's video, but I'm sure you already know where that is. I'm sure you're already subscribed to him and whatnot, so I'm not going to make it a priority. I'm just going to upload this, and hope you guys enjoyed it. And to Forge, Limits, and Cookie, I hope you guys don't have any hard feelings about me uploading this. I mean, whenever I upload a video against players of their caliber, it always seems like they're sour about it, but I don't know, whatever. Here it is, it's uploaded. Read it and weep. And good game. Double Prophet Anders. Greater than all. Bye.